Now what I have is, remember I reserved a little of the icing. I'm going to make green icing. The best way to do that is actually with a toothpick, but I want more than a toothpick. But normally you put it in here, your toothpick like this, get your food coloring out is the way you do it. And that's so you don't double dip and put anything in there. But I want this icing to be pretty dark. So I'm hoping that that will be enough right there, because it's really hard to get this to the color you want it. So we'll put that back on there, and we'll put our toothpick in here, try to get it all from there, and let's hope this comes out as dark as we want it to come out here. Okay, dope? We're going to mix that up real quick and see what kind of color we get. And whatever it is, we're going to go for it anyway. But what we're doing is making a wreath and leaves around the cake, which is part of the holiday. So you see how that lightens up? It looked like it was going to be really, really dark, and how it's lightened up already. Not as dark as you think it's always going to be. So I usually tell people, if you want a cake like the deep reds or the deep, deep greens and purples, there are making icing colors that you don't have to, it won't make it so bitter, but sometimes it gives you a little bitter taste because of the amount that of coloring you have to put in. So be pleased with the lighter colors. I always like pastels. But if you must have that, look for the food coloring that it tells you it's not a bitter taste to it, especially with the reds, because it really takes a lot of red to make. So this is going to be the green we're going to use for our wreath and to go around the cake. It's going to be Christmas green enough for us today, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, now our next thing we're going to do is, follow me right here. We're going to put the white icing in here, because we're going to make this a really, really simple cake, like I said earlier. We're going to do white icing with the white border. And what I'm going to do here is actually open my bag and clean my finger off from the little bit of green I had. Open my bag as far down as I possibly can to put icing in it. And this is the easiest way to apply icing. I don't care what they teach you anyplace else. It gives you even, smooth way of doing your icing. And I'm sticking it in this bag. Ouch. Hurt my thumb, so it seems like every time I turn around I'm bumping it, and I just bumped it. So that was the ouch part. Okay, so we're going to put all of this icing into the bag, and what we're going to do is spread it onto the cake. It is so much easier to do it like this, trust me, and you don't put as much pressure on the cake. So when you come back, I'll have this filled, and we'll go to the next part of applying it to the cake.